Hi, and welcome to Nursery Rhymes in Modern Times, where we investigate the nursery rhymes of old and how they fit or do not in a modern or contemporary context. Today we get to talk about Old MacDonald Had a Farm. And this is one that I grew up with, perhaps you did too, where it's a song about a silly farmer who has different animals on his farm, and they each make different sounds. So the song goes like this. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some chickens, E-I-E-I-O, with a buck here and a buck there, here a buck, there a buck, everywhere a buck. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. So that's how the song goes, and then you can add different animals into it. Generally, in an American farm, you find things like cows and pigs and perhaps geese or dogs. So there's lots of animals that are frequently found in Old MacDonald's farm. Now, when you look at this from the context of a United States background, having things like cows and pigs and chickens seems commonplace. If you're in another part of the world, however, and you have farm animals there, perhaps they are different than the ones that are typically sung about in an American nursery rhyme like this one. For example, in parts of the world where cows are not eaten, then they might not be found on a farm. In other parts of the world, you might find things like wallabies on your farm. So you have different animals that you may or may not incorporate into Old MacDonald's farm. So how does this work with your own delivery of a story time, whether that's in your home or in a classroom or in a library setting? So this is something that you can kind of play around with. So your kiddos may already know the traditional American style Old MacDonald Had a Farm, and then you can change it up a little bit. You can add different kinds of animals that you know the sounds of. You can add different creatures even. You could do underwater creatures. You could do alien creatures. You could do dinosaurs. There are lots of ways for Old MacDonald's Farm to take on a different shape based on your audience and their interests. So something to think about as far as the benefits of Old MacDonald, when you are making those animal sounds, you're practicing the sounds that are found in words. So it might seem silly to say moo or ba, but those are ways for kiddos to practice those sounds in a way that's fun, memorable, and repetitive. So Old MacDonald Had a Farm is a really, really great way to build the early literacy skills that kiddos need in order to ultimately be able to speak, write, and read as they get older. So when you are investigating your audience, when you're looking at the kiddos that you are reading, singing, playing with, and to, how does your Old MacDonald work with their background, or maybe does it not? So being a little bit more conscientious about the words that you're using, about the context in which they are used, can help to make kiddos feel more included, more seen, and still have fun at the same time. So there's lots of ways to learn about different animals and creatures through this process. And say you pick dinosaurs because you've got kiddos who are loving dinosaurs right now. You can work with them to figure out what sound do you think a velociraptor made? We don't really know, right? So this is a chance for kiddos to use their imagination to make new sounds. And then if you do find that a traditional Old MacDonald Had a Farm doesn't really fit with your community, you can still get the benefit of the song without having anyone feel alienated or having it not really resonate with their background and culture. I would love to know if you have ever done an Old MacDonald with that is something maybe a little bit different from the traditional American version. I would love to know if you have a favorite, if you have suggestions for how to make this work with various communities. Please feel free to share in the comments below, or you can reach out to me directly. My contact information is there too. And please also remember to like, subscribe, and share with friends so that we can keep this conversation going and talk about the things that are working and that can help elevate the community of children that we serve. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon.